welcome to our day 2 at Carolina Beach State Park. We had a fabulous time visiting the Carolina Beach State Park here in Carolina Beach, North Carolina. Lots of Carolinas. We stayed at the campground 1 full night. Our intention was 2 full nights, but we ended up having a bit of a storm come through.
There's so much crack.
Early on the morning of day 2, we headed down to Sugarloaf Trail. We wanted to check out the flytrap trail, which is one of the only native locations for Venus flytraps and a few other carnivorous plants in the entire world, which is pretty dang cool. So we took the pretty short hike over to Sugarloaf Trail and popped off into the flytrap loop. It was a pretty shaded and cool morning. We wanted to get this done before the storms rolled in that afternoon, and before it potentially got too hot. So it was a good plan. Quite a few miles packed into this morning hike, but I wouldn't change it for the world. One of the really cool things about this state park was that there were so many different biomes that we walked through. This one being like the sandy one that had a lot of pine trees and sand trails. Here you can see the carnivorous pitcher pots, which were so beautiful. And then you can also see the Venus flytraps down at the bottom of this mossy area. And this was all located in the flytrap trail. So you just have to look really hard. Once you get into the boardwalk, you look down at the mossy area and you'll see these Venus flytraps kind of tucked away underneath some of the other foliage, but they're so cute, so small, about the size of a quarter. So definitely keep an eye out for that. There were several dozen once you start looking, but it was definitely one of those. We actually had people point them out to us, which was really lucky that there were other people on the trail looking at them, so we could find them a little bit easier. This was such a cool area though. There was a lot of brushy parts that had boardwalks over them, a lot of wildlife, including birds, squirrels, and even snakes, which was a little scary. This was a very large black snake, just kind of tucked away taking a nap. After we hit up the flytrap trail, we ended up going down the swamp trail into the rest of the Sugarloaf Trail, which carries on through the southern part of the park. So this was still more sandy trails.
Like a old word, you know?
Yeah.
My grandfather.
What's really interesting is that we would frequently see seashells and signs of aquatic life in this area, but we are also camping. The state park is really close to Cape Fear and literally the beach, so that's pretty understandable. So Sugarloaf has a lot of history in the Civil War, which was interesting to read about and learn about. Was all stuff that I wasn't really aware of, so that was pretty cool to see. And then you can make your way over to the Sugarloaf Dune, which was also a very significant point in some of the wars in the beginning of the US. It was just a really beautiful kind of high vantage point where you could overlook Cape Fear out in the distance. There's also more cute wildlife, such as little frogs everywhere. And then one of the most beautiful things I think I've ever seen in a state park was some of the ponds that they have. And this was the lily pond. I believe there are 3 ponds: the lily pond, the grass pond, and the cypress pond. And this was so picturesque. It looked like it came right out of a painting. I was absolutely stunned and floored at how beautiful this was. These 3 ponds are lime sink ponds, and they all have unique biodiversity within them, which is a pretty cool little scientific fact that they share with you in the visitor center. Landscaping I've just never seen before, which is really beautiful. And then after our hike, which was several miles, I think we got close to 4 or 5 miles this morning, we headed back to the campsite and got to enjoy our local wildlife. Cardinals and squirrels were abundant. One of the cool things about this campsite was that there are plenty of electrical sites and non-electrical sites. There are also a few cabins, which was really fun to see. I think there's like 6 total cabins in this area. There's a lot of shade at this point in the year just because of spring. Poison, ivy, sumac, and oak are abundant, so stay on trail. This is a beautiful campsite to visit. I love staying here, and I wish we could have stayed an extra night. However, we got to come visit this during a very rainy season in North Carolina, so we decided to wrap things up. But first, we needed a little nap. After a delicious dinner of kielbasa, some golden potatoes, and sauteed peppers and onions, we absolutely devoured dinner after that long hike, and then we decided to pack up. So it is about 6:20 Monday night, and we are actually going to go ahead and head home. We're just here for a day, but there is a coastal advisory warning for the area, and we just thought it might actually be safer to not take chances because we are so close to the waterfront. Doesn't sound like a good idea. So we've packed up and we are gonna head home. Yay. Hope you had fun. Hope you join us next time, the next camping spot we pick out, and we'll see you soon. Cool. Oh.